We are broadcasting live on YouTube for anybody who is listening. For anybody, if you want to message them, they can watch us also on YouTube at Yates ELEM CPS. And we will also provide a link in there if they would like to join the live chat. We are waiting for one more person so that
We are waiting for one more.
All right, Ms. Torres, we have quorum.
Okay. Listening and driving, pero
Hi, I'm on the call. This is Juan Calderon.
Hi, everybody. I sounded very loud?
Yeah, you're very modulated.
Oh,
I'll turn the other screen up.
okay.
You can go ahead and get started, Ms. Torres. We're ready.
Okay. I just want to go ahead and welcome everybody to today's LSC meeting. I'm just going to go ahead and go down the list and call everyone's name if you are on the call.
Sorry, your sound is really modulated.
I'm on the laptop.
Do you happen to have like an earpiece that you can plug in?
Yes, give me 1 second. Okay, so I do not. I'm just going to pull away the computer, maybe if that helps. Does it still sound loud?
Oh no, it actually is better that way.
Okay, so I'll just put it away. Okay, is that better?
A little bit, but we'll make do with whatever you got.
Is that better? No? Alright. I can log in.
You want me to send you the link to your phone?
Yeah, I'll log in on my phone, just send it.
All right, go ahead and check your email. It should be there now. Or actually, you know what you could do, Ms. Torres? If you turn the camera on and leave the volume off and just call in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mute you here, and if you go on the email that I just sent you, call the number. Let me know when you're ready. Call the number. Call the number 312.
Just call in?
Yeah.
Okay. 312?
626. 6799. And And anybody else who wants to call in, you're more than welcome to call in as well. That's 612-626-6799. And then
What's the meeting ID number?
891-434-0394. Are you in, Ms. Flores?
No, it's not work. Give me 1 second.
Should ask you for a meeting ID and a password.
Ay, como yo me metí por aquí. Ay. ¿Viste por dónde yo me metí? Por ahí me meto por acá ahora. Espérate, déjame evitar. No.
Hi, Ms. Morehouse.
All right, can you guys hear me?
We hear you perfectly now.
All right, because I switched over to my phone.
Okay.
All right, let's put this here. Okay, is that better? Okay. All righty, so then let's go ahead and start. I am going to go ahead and, oh, am I muted? No. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order at 5:12 p.m. Is Ms. Morehouse here?
Yes, she's present.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just call the names. Just please unmute yourself and say present, and then we'll go ahead and move forward. All right, Mr. Calderon. I know he's here somewhere. Is Mr. Calderon here?
He is on the line, but I have not heard from him. Mr. Calderon?
Yeah, he logged in real quick.
Hi, good morning. Good evening. I'm on the call.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
I'm
Calderon.
here.
Ms. Lajarde?
I'm the local.
Present.
Thank you, Ms. Morehouse.
Here.
Mr. Ortiz,
I'm here.
Ms. Lopez. Mr. Boyd. Ms. Cruz. Ms. Flores.
Marilyn Flores?
Okay, and Mr. Perez and myself.
Present.
Everyone is here, except Lopez, Boyd, and Cruz. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move forward to set the meeting norms. I just, excuse me. I just want to go ahead and remind everyone about the meeting norms tonight. Please know that anybody who is going to be speaking during public participation, you will have 2 minutes to speak. If there are any questions directed towards the local school council, we will do our best to answer those questions. If you would like to speak during public participation, we're asking that you you use the raised hand feature on the Zoom program. Okay, so then we'll,
Ms. Torres,
Yes.
excuse me. You speak Spanish or translate Spanish? Hay people in the meeting in Spanish.
sí, yo puedo repetirlo en español. Déjeme traducir
Ok.
todo eso, permítame un segundito.
Okay, mi amor.
De
Thank you.
nada. Solamente quiero recordarle a todo el mundo que cualquier persona que esté en la llamada que quiera hablar durante la participación pública va a tener 2 minutos para hablar. Cualquier pregunta que vaya a ser directamente hacia el concilio escolar, esas preguntas vamos a hacer lo más posible para responderlas. Pero sí le estamos pidiendo a las personas que quieren hablar durante la participación pública que usen la manito en el Zoom link para poder hablar. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move forward with approval of agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, I
I
that
second the
motion.
motion. Oh,
It's okay. Mr. Perez motion to approve the agenda. Mr. Juan Calderon second that motion. All in favor, please unmute yourself and say aye or raise your hand. I can't see everybody from my phone. If you can see them, Perez, can you just not, yes?
So far, it's everybody except Mr. Calderon. You say aye.
Yes.
yes, I said aye.
Okay. Alrighty, so it looks like motion did pass, so we'll go ahead and move forward to approval of previous minutes. Aprobación de los minutos del mes anterior. And just also want to go ahead and let everybody know that our minutes are posted on our YouTube page.
Cut out for a minute there, Ms. Torres. You want to try again?
Yeah, so I was just letting, I went ahead and mentioned approval of agenda, aprobación de, I'm sorry, approval of minutes, aprobación de los minutos anterior. And also just want to let everybody know that our minutes are posted on our YouTube page from last month. Is that correct? Because we go live?
Oh, yes. If they want to see any meetings from the past, they all are on the YouTube page. That is correct.
Okay, so
Is there a motion?
not yet. I'll go ahead and motion to approve the minutes for last month.
Okay. I second that motion.
Okay, so Ms. Torres, motion to approve the minutes for last month. Mr. Perez, second that motion. All in favor? You can raise your hand or aye.
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 Thank you. That's everybody.
We're missing Mr. Calderon.
Yes,
Okay, thank you. Okay, so motion did pass. We'll go ahead and move forward to LSC Chair Report, Reporte de la Presidenta. At this time, I do not have a report, so we'll go ahead and move forward to Professional Personal Leadership Committee. En este momento no tengo reporte, so vamos a proceder con el Professional Personal Leadership Committee. Is there a report?
There's nothing to report.
Okay. So, en este momento, no, por Ms. Morehouse, no hay nada que reportar. At this moment, there is no report, so we'll go ahead and move forward to Sustainable Community Schools. En este momento vamos a proceder a el reporte de Sustainable Community Schools. Ms. Acevedo is not here, but she did email me her report. Do you wanna, Mr. Price, do you wanna read it out, or would you like me to do it?
I can read it.
Okay.
The Sustainable Community Schools report was submitted today on Saturday, coming up on Saturday, December 19th from 11 to 3 p.m. We're going to be hosting a coat and toy drive at the school. This event was made possible by our generous donors. We have over 150 new coats for all ages. So that's for kindergarten all the way to 8th grade. These were donated by Spencer Stewart, and we also partnered with the Hispanic Business Network and the 14th Police District, which is the district that is most closest to our school. We're currently accepting applications for a restorative justice coach. We are so sad to see Ms. Schliemann leaving, but she will be leaving us. Her last day is at our school is Friday. So we are currently accepting applications for that. We have student programs will end for this semester on Friday. Our new student programs will begin on January 11th of next school year once we come back. We have an art program, we have chess, we also have classroom to table, we have cooking for kids, we have a Go Noodle class, which is like a fitness class after school for kids. We're hoping to have homework help and kids hip hop. A program schedule will be sent to parents and students by the end of this week. Please be on the lookout for your emails. We will also post that to our website. We also have parent programs that will begin on that week of January 11th as well. We are starting an introduction to jewelry making for parents. Kits will be provided. All we are looking for is for parents to register. We continue to have COVID-19 support. Our SES coordinator and our lead partner agency, the Puerto Rican Cultural Center, is continuing to work closely together to bring our families resources. Currently at the school, we have some hygiene kits, hand soap, dishwashing liquid, and more for any families who need that. All they have to do is contact Ms. Acevedo in our SES office to make arrangements for pickup. We also have resources. SES continues to update those resources, such as COVID testing sites in Humboldt Park, surrounding food, where you can get food, and resources, and everything that we need for SES is located on our website under SES. To repeat this in Spanish, really quickly, este sábado, el diciembre 19, empezando a las 11 de la mañana hasta las 3 de la tarde, vamos a tener chamarras para los niños y también juguetes para las navidades para los niños. Tenemos más de 150 nuevas chamarras para los niños. Eso fue asociado por el grupo Spencer Stewart y también the Hispanic Business Network y también el Distrito 14 de Policía de Chicago. También estamos en este momento aceptando aplicaciones para la posición Restorative Justice Coach, que es la persona que está encargada de las prácticas restaurativas de la escuela. Los programas de estudiantes se terminan este viernes, el diciembre 18. Las nuevas programas que van a seguir en el segundo trimestre empieza enero 11. Vamos a tener programas de arte, chess, de cocinar para niños, también de educación física y también de ayuda de tarea. El horario de los programas lo vamos a tener en nuestro sitio web y también lo vamos a mandar por correo electrónico. También en enero 11 vamos a tener programas para padres, empezando con de cómo hacer joyería, una clase de introducción para joyería, y también vamos a tener una solicitud de registrarse antes del enero 11. Por favor, visite nuestro sitio web para más información. También tenemos apoyos de la COVID-19. Tenemos sitios en Humboldt Park donde están haciendo las pruebas de COVID-19 y también sitios donde están dando comida si necesitan esos recursos. Si necesitan recursos como detergente para lavar ropa, o si no, jabón, o jabón para lavar, lavar platos. También lo tenemos aquí en la escuela. Solo necesitan llamar a la escuela para hacer una cita para agarrar esas cosas. That is the end of the report. Es el final del reporte.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody on this council have any questions? No? Okay, then we'll go ahead and move forward. Thank you, Perez. Okay, we'll move forward to, solo pregunté si alguien tenía preguntas en el concilio. Nadie tiene preguntas, so vamos a proceder. We'll go ahead and move forward to Parent Advisory Committee, Comité Asesor de Padres. At this point, there is no report. Perez and I have tried multiple times to set a meeting. Every time that we had scheduled a meeting, no one has showed up. So we have not been able to host a Parent Advisory Committee meeting. En este momento no hay reporte del Comité Asesor de Padres, ya que Mr. Perez y yo hemos tratado varias veces de hacer una junta, pero padres no llegan. So, por eso no hay este reporte y todavía no se ha hecho un meeting, una junta. Any question, council? ¿Algunas preguntas?
Ms. Torres, I think you are going out because you are frozen on my side.
Sorry, Mr. Perez, es que
No, no.
estoy guiando.
No estoy hablando de usted, disculpe. Estoy hablando con Deya Torres.
Okay.
Está bien.
Okay.
Ms. Torres, you're frozen. Oh, okay, I see you. There you are. Now you're back. Oh, now you've exited. Let's go ahead and give her a minute or so to come back. All right, I see you're back, Ms. Torres. Ms. Torres, are you there? Ms. Torres, I think we can hear you.
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry. My phone just kicked me out.
No
I'm
worries.
back. Okay, I'm back. We were, did you give your report?
No, I was waiting for you.
Okay, thank you. So so we'll go ahead and continue with your report.
All right, thank you. So my report, I'm gonna kind of talk through what we've been planning for, what we've been going on. As many parents and staff know, we are planning for a reopening, which is scheduled to happen starting January 11th for our pre-K students and our cluster students. The plan is to bring back students in a pod. So for pre-K and cluster, they will be here 5 days a week. However, as we begin to plan for the rest of students to come back, that will happen on January, that will happen the week of February 1st, but staff will be back January 24th. That plan is in place as far as the district goes. What we've been looking at is what that schedule is going to look like as we have been asking every parent to make sure that they filled out the survey. For parents who have not filled out the survey, we made phone calls this week to make sure that parents all knew that they had a choice, whether they wanted to come back in person or or continue with remote learning. At this time, we have 113 students out of 330 who have elected to come back to hybrid learning. With that said, what we are then going to do is place these students into Pod A or Pod B. Pod A will come to school Monday and Tuesday. Pod B will come to school Thursday and Friday. And then all students will be out of the building remote learning on Wednesday. Now, again, this is for kindergarten through 8th grade. For pre-K through cluster, they will be here all 5 days. Moving forward, we have, since our last meeting, we did hire on a technology coordinator. So we do have a full-time technology coordinator now who will be helping with the technology and the assets that we have in the building. So he is working on that right now. Currently, we have about 50 Chromebooks that need to be repaired or disposed of. These are Chromebooks that parents have brought back to us, have either been accidentally damaged or they've just stopped functioning. So he is working through those. And then he's also working to make sure that every classroom is ready for hybrid learning when we get back in the building. Some of the ways that we have made sure that all the classes have been ready for hybrid learning is that so I have committed to all the teachers, homeroom teachers, to make sure that they have either an LCD projector or a smart screen. So in order to provide the same exact education for students who are at home, and the same exact education for those students who are at home and for those students who are in the building at the same time. There have been lots of webinars and information coming at all of us. What I do know now is that teachers are being asked to simultaneously teach. So that means that teachers will be teaching online and in the building at the same time, just as if they were at home. And that is what we're going to continue to use, the method that we are working with. So we are utilizing programs like Nearpod. We're using programs like BrainPop, and of course the Google Suite, which is Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Presentations. As we move forward, we have our holiday assembly, which is this Friday. All parents are invited at 3 o'clock to our holiday assembly. We have some really awesome students who are performing. We have some educational videos that our theme this year is winter celebrations around the world. And then once again, just to make sure that everybody knows, we have our coat drive and our toy drive this Saturday starting at 11 a.m. Are there any questions from the council so far?
No, can you briefly just translate that in Spanish?
Sure. I think there's a question from Ms. Morehouse.
How many people said they were coming back?
As of right now, 2 minutes ago, we have 113 students who have said that they will be returning. 113, 113. Okay. So el reporte del director sigue con los números de estudiantes que van a regresar al aprendizaje entre el edificio de Yates. En este momento tenemos 113 niños que van a regresar. También tenemos los maestros que van a regresar de pre-kinder y también de los niños que están en cluster. Ellos van a regresar enero 11, los niños. Enero 4 los maestros y después enero 11 los niños. El resto de los niños que son kinder hasta octavo van a regresar febrero 1 y los maestros van a regresar enero 24. En este momento el distrito está pidiendo a los maestros que para enseñar, que se dice simultaneously, que es a la misma vez a los niños que están en la casa, que están entre el salón. Y también lo que yo he prometido a los maestros, que van a tener un monitor digital para poder ver los niños que están en la casa y también a tener los niños que están en su escritorio, enfrente de ellos, en sus salones. Este viernes, diciembre 18, a las 3 de la tarde, vamos a tener la asamblea de diciembre. La asamblea va a ser por Zoom, que es este programa donde estamos ahorita, y todos los padres están invitados. Y también de regresar de anunciar, vamos a tener los juguetes para los niños y también las chamarras para niños que lo necesitan el 19 de diciembre, empezando a las 11 de la mañana aquí en Yates, que es este sábado. And that is the end of my report.
Thank you.
The code drive, there's a question from Ms. Morehouse. Go ahead.
You know, like out of the 113 kids that have responded to come back, do we know like how many in each grade level?
Yes, we know that. We do know that by grade level. I don't have those breakdowns for you right now.
Okay. And then someone had asked me about, I mean, this is kind of unrelated. Sorry, should I ask this later?
It's fine. You can ask it if it's directed to me. It's my report.
Oh, they had asked about the new election. Are we going to be talking about that?
Yeah, that's
Or
during
the new
new
LLC?
business. During
I
new
should
business, we
wait
have
for
the certification of the elections results.
Oh, because somebody had asked me like, like why there was only so many names on the ballot, or some names were missing from the ballot that they received.
We can talk about that in
Pardon?
new business because that'll happen during the local school council certification of the results.
Okay, and then is there going to be a room, like, I guess, what is the protocol if the kids get sick?
Okay, great question. La pregunta es, ¿cuál es el protocolo para los niños si se enferman? So the protocol for a student who gets sick and again, we have to ensure that we can't say that they're sick with COVID unless they're tested, right? So if they are showing symptoms of being sick here at the school, students will be taken to what's called the care room. And we have 2 care rooms in our building. And then parents will be asked to come and pick up their children from the care room and then take them to the doctor as needed. So that has to do with, any students who are experiencing fever, chills, a cough, or any of those things. If students are experiencing those symptoms before they come to the building, we're asking parents to make sure that they do not send their child. But we do have a care room and in the building, and in that room is where students will be housed until parents come to pick them up.
Who's going to monitor that room?
We have a care room attendant.
Is that one of those new hires, or
Yes.
is it like a nurse?
It's a new hire.
Okay. Where is that going to be located?
Our care room right now, we have 2 of them. One is in 121, which is right outside of the library. And the other one is in 109, which is right on the first floor by the main office.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just repeat that in Spanish. So el protocolo que vamos a tener si un niño se enferme o si se desarrolla con síntomas de COVID-19, vamos a tener un salón que se llama el salón de cuidados y ese salón es donde vamos a tener a los niños. Vamos a tener un atendiente ahí que vas a atender a los niños y llamar a los padres a poder venir a recoger esos niños que están ahí, que tienen esos síntomas. En ese momento no vamos a tener pruebas en la escuela, pero lo vamos a pedir a los padres que vayan y hagan una prueba de COVID si necesitan.
And then are going to come in on the Francisco side, I think? Like
Sorry,
they
Ms.
did
Morehouse, you're
before,
going in and
or
out.
Are going to have multiple entrances? Are all the students going to be entering from the same door?
No. Students will not be entering from the same doors. We will have different entrances for different grades. Pre-K will be entering through the playground as they usually do. Kindergarten, first and second grade for that annex side will be entering through the 606 side. And then middle school, which is 7th and 8th grade, will enter from the Cortland doors. 5th and 6th grade will enter from the Francisco doors. And then 2nd and 3rd grade, which is Miss Totaro, Miss Cahill's room, will enter in from what we call the, it's the Cortland Richmond doors, which is on the other side where we usually have buses come and drop off. That's where we will have them enter.
And then I'm just wondering a little bit about if like a lot of the teachers, if they decided, oh, I see, because I'm just maybe worried about substitutes, I guess, because if people start getting sick, and then who's going to be watching everyone and that type of thing.
So if teachers get sick, it's still the same process. We will have substitutes, come as needed. We have also been awarded with at least 2 cadres, which are permanent substitutes to our building. So we will have them on hand as well for supervision and for covering of classes.
Yay. Great. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because yeah, it's very and then they're not going to do the staggered start times at all?
No, we
Like,
won't
I
be
know there
doing,
was some talk about staggered.
we
Okay.
can't do staggered start times because of busing.
Okay.
All right, are there any other questions from the council at this time?
No?
All right, end of my report.
Thank you, Mr. Perez. We're going to go ahead and continue to new business. Vamos a proceder para new business. Under new business, we have certification of LSC election results.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and present my screen so you guys can see the document. This is also posted on our website. So if you have trouble seeing it, you're more than welcome to go ahead and download it from there. The certification of our
KB.
Okay, the certification is posted. So as you can see, for our parent representatives, we had Mr. Boyd with 0 votes, Ms. Yasmin Torres with 1 vote, Ms. Marilyn Flores with 4 votes. For community representative, we have Mr. Juan Calderon with 2 votes. For Ms. Morehouse, we have 26 votes. Our teacher representative, Ms. Morehouse, 26 votes. Ms. Lejarde with 9 votes. Do you need me to zoom in? I can. And then Mr. Ortiz with 22 votes, and Ms. Brown, Ms. Tracy Brown with 19 votes for our non-teacher staff representative. I have to note, this was a ballot that was this was a redone ballot. This was we had an original ballot during voting times, and there was a challenge to the election. There was a hearing, and then the result of that hearing was a call for a new ballot. A new ballot was sent out to staff members for the teacher and the non-teacher representative ballot. And then those votes were then reallocated and retallied on last Friday. Are there any questions from the council about this?
No, can you repeat that in Spanish, please?
Yes, thank you. So en este momento estoy enseñando el documento de los resultados de elección del Consejo Local Escolar que estuvo noviembre 18 y también diciembre 11. La representante de padres, Robert Boyd, salió con 0 votos. Jasmine Torres con 1 voto. Marilyn Flores con 4. Representante de comunidad con 2 votos. Representante de maestra, Ingrid Morehouse con 26 votos. Ladies Lejarde con 9 votos. Y también la representante de que no son maestros, pero también son empleados de la escuela, Mr. Orlando Ortiz con 22 votos y la señora Tracy Brown con 19 votos. Tengo que anotar que tuvimos una retante de la elección y también fuimos a una junta del departamento legal de CPS y ellos resultaron que necesitamos hacer un voto de nuevo y ese voto de los representantes de maestra y representantes de empleados que no son maestras lo hicimos en diciembre 11 de nuevo y esos fue los resultados de ese voto.
Thank you. Okay, from our council, does anyone have a question? ¿Hay algunas preguntas de nuestro concilio en respecto a los resultados de elección? Are there any questions in regarding of the election results from our council? No?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Morehouse.
Oh, so, okay. So the original ballot that went out, I guess in November, right? Did that one have everyone's name on it?
So the original ballot that went out November 18th, remember that, so the ballot you receive as a teacher only has the teacher representatives and the non-teacher representatives on it. But parents receive the parents and the community.
Is that right?
Say that again?
For me personally, it only had my non-teacher. Is that right?
It only had what?
It only had teacher and non-teacher?
That's correct. And that's how it should be,
Okay.
because that's what you vote for.
Okay, and so if you were a parent, it only has the parents.
That's correct. And the
Right.
community members, correct.
Okay, and then, it has parents and community members,
For parents, on the parent ballot, yes.
parents? So for parents, it's parents and community members.
Correct.
Okay. And then, were related service providers included in that voting?
So the related
Like-
service providers, it all depends on, Ms. Morehouse, your connection is going in and out. So I can't hear you that well. I think you said if the related service providers were included.
I'm sorry.
So related service providers are included
Are they
on,
included in the original?
so related service providers vote at the school where they have the most hours at.
Where they have the most hours?
Yes.
Ms. Morehouse, I don't know if you can hear me, but your connection is going in and out and I cannot hear anything what you're saying personally. I can hear Perez, but I don't know if you're speaking. I'm not able to hear.
Okay, so So you said there was a hearing, or there was not a hearing, but so somebody disagreed with the election, and so that's why they redid it?
There was a challenge to the election submitted to the Office of Local School Council Relations. Then when there's a challenge submitted, then we go to a hearing. There was a hearing held, and then after the hearing, a hearing officer or a mediator determines whether we needed a new ballot to happen, right? A new vote to happen. At the end of our meeting, there was that's exactly what resulted in a new ballot, and so we did have a revote, which happened last Friday.
And then who created that ballot?
That ballot was created by the Office of
Where did
Local School
that-
Council Relations.
And then can there be a re-challenge of that?
That question I don't have an answer to, but Miss Veronica Durden Jackson is on the line. And Miss Veronica, if you want to answer that question, you can.
Sure. Thanks, Principal Perez. There cannot be a challenge to that election. There's only one post-election process, and that was done after the initial election. So there cannot be a challenge to that election.
Got it.
Thank you, Miss Durden Jackson.
Okay, and to reiterate, someone asked, why was there a second re-election? There was a second re-election because the hearing officer determined that the behavior and the competency of the judge was inappropriate. And because of the inappropriateness of the judge, the election judge that was assigned to the school, the hearing officer recommended a new teacher non-teacher advisory poll. There was an additional question. Can I answer this question that's in the chat?
Sure.
Who received the results? Okay, the ballot, the Google form ballot was created by the Office of Local School Council Relations, which was locked and only could be unlocked if you were eligible to vote at Yates Elementary School. Those that are eligible are those that work under and assigned to Yates Elementary School and that are CPS employees. Those that work more than 50% of their time at the school. The results were then tabulated by the Office of Local School Council Relations. It was locked at 5 p.m. and those responses were sent to our office, which our assistant director calculated the valid votes and sent the results to Principal Perez. Principal Perez then counted those votes and the election with the results. No, we counted the votes with the election with the results. Let me take that back. Gave him the results and he posted the results.
Thank you, Ms. Durden Jackson.
You're welcome.
Thank you, yes.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions regarding the election results from our council? If there are no questions, we'll go ahead and move forward to old business.
Wait,
Si no hay preguntas,
we have to
Yes.
vote on the results. We just have to, we have to vote on those, correct, Veronica?
That is correct.
Okay. So I motion to accept the LSC election results.
I second that motion. So Mr. Perez motioned to accept the election results. I second that motion. All in favor, please unmute yourselves or raise your hand.
Aye.
In favor.
Aye.
Okay, Perez, if you can see everyone, since I can't move.
Aye.
around.
Okay, I'm just waiting for Ms. Morehouse and Ms. Marilyn Flores.
Aye. Aye.
All right, that's everybody.
Okay, so motion does pass. We'll go ahead and move forward to old business. Vamos a proceder en old business. There's nothing in old business. We'll move forward to public participation. Again, just want to go ahead and remind everyone that you do have 2 minutes to speak. Please raise your hand on the Zoom link. And Perez, is there anyone on public participation that needs to speak?
Yes, we have Jessica. You can hear me. We have Miss Jessica Calderon. Miss Jessica, if you want to speak, you're asked to unmute.
Yes, I had a question regarding the cold drive. Just for any parents that had any questions out there. Is it gonna be something like the turkey drive, or do they have to call directly to do they have to call Ms. Acevedo, send her an email regarding if their children need a call, or how would that work out?
So you can come on that day, and you will have all the coats there. But if you would like to reserve certain sizes for your kid, then yes, you can email Miss Acevedo, or you can go on our website and email her there. But it'll be just like the turkey drive.
Okay.
Thank you. We
Thank
also
you.
have a Mr. or Mrs. D. Palmer.
Who, I'm sorry?
The name is D. Palmer. I don't know the first name, but Mr. or Mrs. D. Palmer, you can go ahead and speak. You're unmuted.
Okay, it's Diane Palmer. I'm Diane Palmer, president of FCIU Local 73. And I wanted to speak about the LSC election. We understand that there is a process to elect LSC members. And we also understand that the power lies with the principal to make I see you frowning, but to make the recommendation for the LSC member. We believe that this makes the process one-sided and unfair. We must be focused on what's in the best interest of CPS students. I've been made aware of a situation at Yates, and there's been situations at other schools where there's elections and there's questions about how the elections are conducted. So we're focused on trying to have an election process that is fair. I heard what the lady said about Miss Veronica Durden said about there was some questions about what the judge did. And we want what happens to be transparent so that everybody knows what happened. I don't know if what the judge did had something to do with the ballots or whether the judge was just speaking inappropriately or what it was. But the election was reran. And to that end, we're going to be working toward a fair process that for the election of the LSC workers, a fair process that's transparent so everybody knows what happened, why there's going to be a re-election, and all of those sorts of things. So I just want to come on, let my voice be heard about how that election was run and how it settled. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your input. All right. We also have
Principal Perez,
yes.
can I make a correction on that?
Go right ahead.
The principal does not recommend who is appointed. And that's where there is some confusion on that. It is printed in our election guide in the code that the CEO has total discretion on who is appointed, and it is at their discretion of the CEO and the designee. And the principal is neither the CEO or the designee of who goes through that process of being appointed. The poll is a preference poll of the staff However, it is stated in the code that the CEO and the board has the discretion on who is appointed for those positions. So I want to make that clear. As far as the judge, and as far as that situation with the hearing, that hearing is available. I will contact Kishasha Ford at the office, the legal department office. That hearing was recorded, and I'm sure that there will be transparency as to the investigation and what was founded, and you all can get that information through the legal department.
All right, our next person who is asking to speak is Joanna. All right, Joanna, you can go ahead and talk.
Hi, Joanna Maldonado, former Yates employee on leave, actually. My question, I'm glad Veronica is still on because this is the question I heard from as the organizer for the school now. Who was allowed to attend the hearing, and how did the invitation to the hearing go out to the staff?
Good question.
Okay, the invitation for the hearings were sent from the legal department. The invitations were given to those who filed the challenge. There was no invitation given out to the staff because the legal department did not provide that information. So that is on the legal department, and that information or that particular complaint or concern, because those hearings are public, should be directed toward Kishasha Ford.
Thank you. Can you spell her name? Because I called the office of,
Well, we all are on remote, so we all are working from home.
yeah, but they weren't able to give me that name, so I just don't have the spelling.
Oh, no problem. I could give you her email address. Her name is Kishasha Ford. Her email, let me put it in the chat for you, okay?
Appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you. You're on mute.
You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Joanna, for speaking. We have also Miss Cynthia Yanes. Go ahead, Miss Yanes.
Okay, hi. I wanted to know, is there a limit as to the number of years a person can serve on the LSC?
That's a good question too. Miss Jackson, I'm going to defer.
No, there isn't a limit.
Okay. All right, thank you.
As long as they are eligible, they can serve. There is not a term limit on that. As long as they are a teacher at Yates, a non-teacher at Yates, a parent, or a community member, they can serve as long as they are voted in by their constituents.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you, Ms. Yanes. And then we have lastly, Ms. Teresa Labastida.
Okay, it's just to remind, it's 6:02, so I am keeping track of time.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Teresa Labastida. I'm the parliamentary coordinator at Yates. So just to let you know that we have parliamentarians, 4 parliamentarians. Some of them, they are starting working with the teacher in the classroom, and they also are helping to deliver our kits for the students. And we are starting. We are opening to other parents if they want to be parliamentary. Just let me know, and I'm gonna put my information in the comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. Is there anyone else in the chat for us?
There is nobody else on the Zoom. Let me just make sure and check the the YouTube. YouTube, I just see somebody that says it won't let me talk through Zoom. Miss Evelyn Diaz, if you can hear us, you can chat, put in the chat, or I can, or you can raise your hand. If you're still on, I think you are. Let me check. I have an Evelyn Soto, and that's all I have. So I don't have anybody else.
Okay, are either one have questions?
I have a Jonathan.
Who, I'm sorry?
It says Jonathan. Go ahead, Jonathan. You can unmute yourself.
Jonathan Mejias here.
Oh, Mr. Mejia.
Mr. Mejias. I just wanted to ask if you guys can explain more about, so some people were concerned about the principals getting the results of the voting. And so I just wonder if the principals are able to see our votes. Does it go straight to the principal? Where does it go? Can we know more about this? Thank you.
I'm going to defer to you, Ms. Durden Jackson.
Okay, so when we received your votes, we received your votes based on your employee ID number. When we gave your principal the results, all of that information was redacted from that. So all he saw was the vote results. He didn't see who voted. He didn't see the name. So all of your votes were anonymous. He just received the results. I didn't even see who voted. There was one person, our assistant director, that received the responses, and based on the responses, she presented the results to your principal. So everything was done anonymously. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
I have another question, and it's like, I have coworkers that were not able to vote, and so I don't know how that works. Like Ms. Morehouse, before she asked about, I think she asked for about clinicians and like
clinicians are not
speech pathologists, like social workers.
Social workers cannot vote. Clinicians cannot vote because they are employees of the Office of Diverse Learners. They are not employed, or they are not Yates employees. They service a network. They service a certain number of schools. So they are citywide employees. There were situations where there were two people that we know of that could not get through. We tried to troubleshoot that error, and if we received the employee ID, we manually put them in. I believe it was a TAT that was couldn't vote, and there was a custodial worker or something, because they were citywide. Those are things that are beyond our control because they are placed at the school through the district. So everyone that is a Yates employee, full-time employee. Now that means you have to be a CPS employee. Airmark employees are not CPS employees and not eligible to vote. So it was only for CPS employees.
So there's a problem because we have a social worker that is a full-time, and she was
No,
not.
your social worker is employed by does not work at your school, is not on your school's budget, is not a Yates employee. They are a district employee. They are central office employees that work for the Office of Diverse Learners.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have now Ms. Yanez. I think you wanted to ask another question. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you. Well, I actually have two questions. The first one is parent mentors will be helping those who request them, correct? So like the process is still the same?
Yes, ma'am. You just have to
Okay.
email Ms. Labastida.
Okay, also, we have a lot of new teachers at Yates, and so a lot of them do not know any of the people who were on the ballot. So do you think it would have been better? And again, you know, we can't re-challenge this election, but maybe for the next time, when we have so many new teachers at Yates, maybe there should have been something sent out from each one of the people that they were going to vote for, so that they have a better idea of, you know, whom they might want to select for the position.
Can I respond to that, Principal Perez? Okay, there is a candidate form that is set up to meet the candidate. Then there is a time for candidates to distribute literature. And it's up to the candidate to make themselves known to their constituents. So we provide those platforms for that, and we give them that platform to introduce themselves to their constituents. So the candidate form was posted on the school's website and at the school, right, Mr. Perez? And was open to the public. So those particular platforms are there to introduce the candidate. Then the candidate has to also introduce themselves. They have to run their platform and reach out to their constituents. And they have to do that in a way. Now, there was a literature day that was put out, whereas each candidate could put their literature and give it to the school, and the school made that literature available through the website. Usually we have those opportunities where they could be presented and passed out to the staff, but because we were in this remote process, we had to depend on virtual. So usually that is what happens, and the candidate has to politic for themselves within the rules of the election guide and the Illinois School Code.
Okay, yeah, so I think that was happening at the beginning, but for the second round re-election, I think maybe there could have been just something extra passed out, because I work with a new teacher and he had no idea what these were. And I tried my best to stay as neutral as possible to describe the candidates, but you know, it just would have been nice to have that up front. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Yanes.
Okay, thank you. It's Paris. Is there anybody else in the chat that needs to speak?
Yes, we have a Sarah Rothschild.
Okay, just want to go ahead and just again remind everyone, as soon as you start speaking, you do have 2 minutes to speak.
Hi, my name is Sarah Rothschild. I am a certified LSC trainer, and I work for the Chicago Teachers Union, and I serve on 2 LSCs. And I've just been supporting our schools across the district during this election. So the election was super chaotic because of COVID, but it was made even more chaotic by conflicting and ever-changing CPS policies. So that is what it is. But the fact that the challenge happened at Yates, and it happened with a lot of secrecy, and like the bulk of the text of the challenge and what the challenge was specifically about was actually never shared. I was on a union call about this. Really shows that there is some serious distrust and lack of collaboration at the school that I would just love to say with your incoming LSC, take all of this with heart. Take all this with heart. Like, why did this come about, and how can we make this better? And how can we improve communications? How can we improve collaboration? You didn't even have all your seats filled, right? So, I mean, and same with both of my schools. So I'm not going to criticize you there. I mean, there's vacancies all over the city, but really, really take this as a moment to pause as the Yates community to look at, you know, why did we not trust the process of the election at our school, besides the
Yeah,
CPS?
I'm sorry, 2 minutes are up. I do apologize. 2 minutes are up.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you. Do we have anybody else on the chat for us?
At this time, that is all the folks who have asked to speak.
Okay. Want to go ahead and thank everyone that participated during public participation. There's no one else on the chat. No? Okay. All right, so then we're just going to go ahead and move forward to announcements. Perez, do you have any announcements? I mean, other than the Saturday, December 19th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Code and Toy Drive. Is there any other announcements?
Nope, those are it. Thank you so much for announcing that for us.
We had a teacher that got a $100 grant.
Oh, we sure did. I'm so sorry. We got a teacher who was awarded a $100 grant from Scholastic, Miss Morehouse. So congratulations, Miss Morehouse, on getting that grant for us, or for you, or for your students.
It's for the school.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. It was from Mimic Foundation, and it was $100 to be spent however we see fit for the entire school, which I know is, not a lot, but something.
Oh,
Yeah.
bad connection, Miss Morehouse.
I'm not speaking anymore.
Oh.
Okay, all righty. Well, thank you so much, Miss Morehouse. I can't touch my phone because it'll log me off. When it's our next LSC meeting? It's January, was it the 20th? I probably have that date wrong. Was it the 20th?
January 20th is the third Wednesday. Ours is the last Wednesday. So that would be the 27th. January 27th was the last Wednesday of January.
Okay, so our next LST meeting for everyone, it's January 27th at 5 p.m. All right, so that does complete our meeting today. I am going to adjourn the meeting. Was there a chat? No. Okay, so that does complete our meeting today. I am going to motion to adjourn our meeting at 6:16 p.m.
I second.
Mr. Ortiz, so I motioned, Mr. Ortiz second that motion. All in favor, please unmute or raise your hand.
Aye.
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 All right, well, thank you everyone that joined today. We will see you at our next LSD meeting. Have a good holiday.